All right, here's my audience. Is it better to buy or lease a vehicle? Shopping for a new vehicle, maybe your current ride has some wear and tear, or you're interested into switching to a car with better gas mileage. If you're wondering what's best, leasing or buying, it's worth considering both options. Today I will give you a little bit more information about buying or leasing a vehicle. By the end of my speech, you will know the difference between the two. You will also be given the valuable information to make a better judgment of what's best for your budget and lifestyle. According to the latest lease market report from Edmunds, an automotive lease website reached the all-time record level in 2016 with 4.3 million vehicles. On the past 5 years, lease volume grew 91%. Essentially, leasing is similar to renting. You make payments for the use of the car over a certain amount of time. Typically, this period lasts between 2 to 3 years and have options of buying the car after you give it back to the dealer. Buying a generally used car was the best way to save money than purchasing a vehicle. The big reason behind this logic is that new cars take on depreciated value the moment you take home the vehicle off the lot. Buying a car is more expensive than leasing, at least in the short run. Unless you take out a car loan with large down payments or long term, your monthly payments will be likely higher than leasing payments. Now you have a good idea on your options for getting a car. I'll tell you about leasing a vehicle. A 3-year contract is typical when leasing a vehicle. That means you get a car for every 36 months. One equipped with the latest safety technology and modern technology. A new car warranty may be in free maintenance. Aside from regular oil change and tire rotation, you shouldn't incur any additional expenses aside of the monthly payment. And if you happen to choose a car you don't like, you won't need to wait very long to return it. Monthly payments are usually lower because you're not paying back any principal. Instead, you're just borrowing and repaying the amount of the car depreciated value. Now you know about leasing a vehicle, let me teach you about buying a vehicle. The historical low interest rates on the Federal Reserve has trickled down to auto loans as well. Hyundai, for example, could offer a lower rate as 1.35%, depending on your credit situation. The ability to do whatever you want, whenever you want, your vehicle without the fear of additional fees. It's a great feeling when your own vehicle, you can drive as much as you want, customize it to your heart liking. You own the vehicle. As long as you are committed to driving the vehicle for a certain amount of time and you have an adequate car insurance coverage, you're unlikely to lose out financially as long as you make an adequate down payment and perform proper maintenance. Now that you know about the leasing and buying vehicle, let's move on to seeing what's best to fit your financial. If you want the best financial terms when buying a car, you need to make a significant upfront down payment. When you make a feasible down payment, it lowers your loan to value ratio and makes your car okay. If you have a good credit, relatively easy to negotiate and lease with nothing to do with signing, somewhat higher than monthly payments. When you lease, you often have a similar down payment than you do with buying. In fact, some leases require nothing to do with signing. Buying depends on your credit. You can do as low as no monthly payment. As low as no money down. Leases come from strict mileage limits. You can get costly if you exceed those limits. Depending on the car, typical excess mileage range from 15 to 30 cents per mile. After hearing about what financially makes sense, let's wrap everything up in my summary. Leasing makes it easier to get more car for less money. This is because only you pay for the use of the car or two for 3 years, instead of paying for the vehicle itself. Buying, on the other hand, fees you from the restricted invoices leasing, such as mileage caps. This is the best decision for you ultimately depends on your preferences and your budget, and how mindful you would be in your expenses when it occurs down the road. It's critical to think about how many miles you drive each year and which decision fits you, and your credit history and your lifestyle.